Since the new year is right around the corner, I thought let's talk about ways that we can increase our income in the new year. Pretty much everyone wants to make more money, it's just that we don't actually know how to do that. In today's video, you'll learn exactly how you can make more money so that you can become financially free even sooner. I am Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and I achieved financial freedom and became a millionaire. If you are looking to do one or both of those things, then hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and we're going to dive right in. I was thinking the other day about how I could increase my income because that's kind of just what I do. I like figuring out ways that I can make more money because why not? I was thinking about things that I've been good at in the past and different ways that I have made money previously, and then ways that I currently make money, and then also what I like to spend my time on and how I could monetize that. A lot of people watch a whole bunch of different YouTube videos about how to make passive income because, well, there are plenty out there. And while these videos have great ideas in them, a lot of people don't actually make passive income in those ways because they aren't taking the action. They don't feel connected to those ideas, or they just feel a little lazy. So I want you to try something different today. While of course you can watch those videos and start to get different ideas, I want you to start with yourself. I want you to ask yourself a few different questions. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, what are ways that you have made money in the past? For me, one of those ways was having a 9-to-5 job. So I want you to think about different ways you have made money in the past, whether it is a significant amount of money or just very little, and start making a list of all of these different ways. And then the second question I want you to ask yourself is, how do you make money currently? Do you currently have a 9-to-5 job where you are receiving a paycheck every 2 weeks? For me, it is through my own business. I meet with people one-on-one. I also have a book that people purchase. I'll leave a link below in the description. Also through YouTube, and of course my rental properties and having roommates. So add to your list the ways you are currently making money right now, even if it is just one way. Maybe it is only a 9-to-5 job, or maybe you have stock market investments that you are receiving dividends from. And then the third question I want you to ask yourself is, what is it that you love doing or just like doing, something you enjoy spending your time on? And then how could you make money from that? For example, I really like doing Zumba, so I got Zumba certified, and now I can teach at a studio and make money from teaching Zumba, doing something that I love doing. Maybe you are one of those people that really like driving around. I know I have friends that always like to drive, so then you could drive for Uber. Or maybe you are like my niece who really loves making crafts and she sells those crafts online. Or perhaps you are musically talented and you really love playing the piano or the violin or even singing, and you can do music lessons. Just start to think of different things that you really love doing. Just make a list and then try to think of different ways you could monetize those things. And this doesn't have to become your full-time job. And then the fourth question I want you to ask yourself is, what is something you are doing right now that you could monetize right now? Maybe you are shoveling snow for a neighbor and you just do that every time it snows. And the reason I'm bringing that example up is because it snowed a ton in Utah the other day. I couldn't believe it. The snow was super deep. I was coming home and I did a 180 turning into my neighborhood, and luckily there were no cars around and I did make it home safely. But nonetheless, a ton of snow. So I would have loved it if a neighbor would have shoveled my driveway for me. But maybe you just do that naturally. So you could turn that into just a little bit of a side hustle and expand that, and then start asking other neighbors, oh, would you like me to shovel your driveway for $10 or $5, whatever it is? And just start creating a little extra cash doing something that you are already doing anyway. Or maybe you cut some of your friends' hair occasionally and you could start charging for that and cut some other people's hair. Or maybe you really love gardening. You could expand your garden and start to sell your produce. I have a friend who has beehives, so he has a ton of honey and he is planning on selling that honey. He has them all bottled, but he just hasn't started selling them yet. So he's given some away free, but he could honestly sell that honey and create some extra income because it's something he's already doing. He already has the beehives and he's already getting the honey from the beehives. Or maybe you are tutoring your nephew with his math homework and you could ask him to ask other students in his class if they are struggling with their math as well, and you could charge a small fee and tutor others. Or if you are someone that loves to travel like I do and you really love planning the trips, you could start planning trips for other people. I have a friend that I travel with a lot, and he has planned a ton of our vacations, and he makes a spreadsheet and creates all of the details, maps out where we're going and when, and he's very detail oriented, and he just loves doing that. So if that is something you love doing, then you could start doing that for others and charge a fee for that service, because there are people that really don't like the planning process, so they would be happy to pay you to do that. Or maybe you are really good at writing or reading, and you could proof papers for other people, or even proof resumes, or proof a book that someone's writing. Just think of other things that you are currently doing that you could monetize right now. And comment below and tell me what one of those things is. What are you currently doing that you could actually start making money from? And then the fifth question I want you to ask yourself is, what is a way that you've seen someone else make money that sounds exciting to you? For example, doing these YouTube videos, I had seen other people doing it and it did sound exciting to me, so I decided to do it. I also follow Whitney Hansen on Instagram, and she will buy furniture for a very inexpensive price and then she will refurbish it. So she essentially flips furniture. She buys something for a really low price and then she refurbishes that, she makes it look really nice, and then she will sell it for a higher price. And you can tell she just loves doing that. So maybe that is something that you could do as well. Look for different ways that people have made money that sounds exciting to you, and make a list of all of those items. Once you've written the answers to all of these questions down, then start going through all of your answers and decide on different ways that you could increase your income. And even if it is just a 9-to-5 job, maybe your job is offering overtime and you could work some extra hours and increase your income that way, or even get a part-time job. There seems to be a lot of places that are hiring right now. And it doesn't have to be your full-time work and you don't have to stay there forever, but it can just increase your income for the short term. Since my mom really loves quilting and sewing, she had gotten a job at a fabric store really close to her house, and she worked there for a while, and it was just a fun job for her to have. She didn't really need that money, but it was nice for her to just interact with other quilters and sewers, and she also got a discount at the store. So it just made for a fun part-time job for her. And just to get you thinking a little bit more about this, when I was thinking about different ways that I could make money the other day, I thought, okay, if I have rental properties right now, I could add another rental property, or what else could I do that is associated with rental properties? Right now I do long-term rentals, and I thought, okay, maybe I could try a short-term rental. And I thought, you know what, my yard is really big, and I've been thinking about what to do with the backyard. And so I thought, maybe I could build a tiny home in the backyard and put that on Airbnb, do a short-term rental with it. And also, like I mentioned before, I really love Zumba, so I've thought about buying a studio and doing my classes there, and then having other fitness classes that could be there, and even rent it out to people that want to have dances or even receptions, things like that. So I'm just trying to brainstorm on different ideas and different ways that I can make money, and then also associating it with things that I already know something about, or that I love doing or have an interest in doing. I actually looked for properties that I could purchase to have my own studio. And I didn't really see any studios currently for sale in my area, but then I thought, okay, well maybe I could buy some commercial property and build my own studio. So then I started looking at commercial property online, and there were places that were for lease. And then I thought, okay, well maybe I can lease a place that is already built and do my Zumba there. So once you get ideas flowing, it just kind of expands from there, and then you can come up with other ideas that might suit you better. Really think about what you want to spend your time on, and think about the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years? And what are you doing now to get yourself to those places that you want to be in the future? What are your long-term goals? And what are you doing now? What action are you taking right now to help you reach those long-term goals? Once you have your list of all of these different ideas, then you can decide which direction you want to go and take the action to go that direction. And then you can watch videos that are directly related to what you want to do. So while yes, I can give you a ton of ideas on different ways to make passive income or just increase your income, when you actually take the time to think about what you want to be doing, you are more likely to take the action to increase your income. So comment below and tell me one way you are going to increase your income in this new year. And if you are thinking, I don't even know where I'm at with my finances currently, so I can't really focus on growing my income, then I like using a free app. It is called Personal Capital, and you can hook all of your financial accounts to Personal Capital to see your full financial picture in one place very quickly. I will leave my referral link below. You can click on that to get your free account set up. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information, and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more content from me, check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.